Every evening as the sun dipped below the horizon, I would embark on a familiar routine, taking my dog Rufus for a leisurely stroll through the quiet neighborhood lanes. The night air was crisp, the only sound the gentle rustling of leaves and the soft paddling of Rufus's paws against the pavement. It was our bonding time, a moment of tranquility in an otherwise chaotic world. Little did I know that one fateful night would shatter our routine and plunge us into a nightmare beyond comprehension. It was a motionless night, the darkness enveloping us like a shroud as we set out on our walk. The usual sense of calm was replaced by an unsettling unease, a feeling that we were being watched by unseen eyes. Rufus seemed to share my apprehension. His ears perked, his tail held high in a defensive stance. As we walked deeper into the alley, the streetlights became sparse, casting long shadows that seemed to dance in the corners of my vision. I shook off the sense of paranoia, attributing it to an overactive imagination. But then I heard it. A faint whisper, a hushed voice that seemed to emanate from the very darkness itself. "Come closer." The voice seemed to beckon, its tone a chilling blend of seduction and malice. My heart quickened its pace, and I tightened Rufus's leash, urging him to stay close. My gaze darted around, searching for the source of the voice, but the darkness remained impenetrable, its secrets concealed from prying eyes. I quickened our pace, my footsteps echoing in the silence as I desperately tried to put distance between us and the unseen presence. But the whispers persisted, growing louder, more insistent. It was as if the darkness itself was alive, a malevolent force that sought to ensnare us in its clutches. "Come closer," the voice repeated, its words now laced with a sinister command. Fear coiled around my heart, its icy grip threatening to crush me. The voice seemed to burrow into my mind, its tendrils of influence wrapping around my thoughts like a suffocating embrace. Rufus whined, his hackles raised, a low growl rumbling in his throat as he sensed the danger that eluded my grasp. And then, with a sudden burst of movement, the darkness before us seemed to coalesce, forming a shadowy figure that stood before us, a being of pure malevolence, its eyes twin orbs of crimson that glowed with a wicked intensity. Its form was twisted, its features contorted into a grotesque parody of humanity. "Come closer," it hissed, its voice a cacophony of whispers that seemed to resonate within my very bones. I stumbled back, my heart racing, my mind struggling to comprehend the horror that stood before me. Rufus lunged, his teeth bared, a primal fury that defied explanation, but the creature merely laughed, a chilling, inhuman sound that reverberated through the night. It extended a skeletal hand, its fingers elongated and gnarled, beckoning me to approach. My breath caught in my throat, my instincts warring with the unnatural compulsion that seemed to emanate from the creature's very presence. "No," I managed to whisper, my voice trembling with a mixture of fear and defiance. The creature's eyes gleamed with a malevolent amusement, its twisted smile widening as if it relished the struggle that raged within me. And then, with a sudden burst of movement, it lunged, its fingers grazing my arm. A touch that sent a searing pain coursing through my veins. I screamed, a sound that pierced the darkness. A desperate plea for help that seemed to fall on deaf ears. Rufus lunged again, his teeth finding purchase in the creature's shadowy form. But the creature merely dissolved, its laughter echoing in the void as if it were a mere illusion. Rufus and I were left alone, the darkness seeming to swallow the creature whole. The pain in my arm subsided, replaced by a numbing chill that seemed to spread through my very being. Rufus whined, his tail tucked between his legs, his gaze locked on the empty space where the creature had stood. With trembling hands, I turned and fled, my heart pounding, my mind reeling from the supernatural encounter. Rufus followed close behind, his presence a comfort in the face of the inexplicable terror that had befallen us. As we reached the safety of our home, I collapsed onto the couch, the events of the night replaying in my mind like a nightmarish loop. The whisper, the creature, its touch, all of it defied rational explanation, leaving me grappling with a reality that had been forever shattered. And so, as I sit here, the darkness pressing in on all sides, I can't help but wonder what unspeakable horrors lurk just beyond the veil of our understanding. The night walk with Rufus had exposed me to a realm of otherworldly terror, a realm that defied explanation and reason. And as the whispers continue to haunt my thoughts, I can't shake the feeling that the nightmare is far from over, that the creature's malevolent laughter still echoes in the corners of my mind, a chilling reminder of a darkness that has forever altered the course of my reality. Hang on. Rufus? Rufus? Rufus, where are you, boy? Rufus? Rufus? I can't find Rufus. Rufus? Rufus?